Hello, I'm here today for COVID test. Yesterday, one of my roommate he was tested positive. He had a fever and some discomfort, so he decided to go for COVID test. I helped him by giving him a ride in my car. Today, he got results, and we come to know that he's been tested positive for COVID. This is like putting myself in danger. But now I need to get tested for COVID. I do have sore throat and some fever, which was not there yesterday. So it seems like giving him ride, I put myself in danger. But whatever, we are here now. Uh, there is a line for the test, which is not that bad. So I'm going to get tested for COVID. The facility is maintained really well. It's a drive-through COVID test, so definitely I won't have to get out of the car. I was tested 2 times for COVID this year. Both the times I was negative. Once I had extreme fatigue, and my doctor decided that he should test me for COVID. That was negative. Later on, they tested me with the antigen antibody test. So first time it was PCR test, which is the same thing. You take a swab and then they do that in your car, and then they give you results. Second time it was antibody test. So they took a blood sample and did that test. Both the time I was negative, but this time I'm not really sure that I'm gonna be negative. It's highly likely that I will be positive. But that's okay. Life goes and things happen. I already gave my ID and paperwork.
You get it back to you though?
No,
Okay,
you
I'm
haven't.
getting it back to you, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Alright.
Thank you.
Just slide over there.
All right. So when I came here, they asked me to fill a paperwork, basically information, personal information, driving license, and your insurance information. They now took that information, probably put that in their system, and then they are going to now told me that they're going to give me back my paperwork, and then they are going to do the test. So yeah, thank you. So here we got the paperwork, the driving license, insurance. I just feel it's so funny. It's really funny for me. Probably if I had just not gone with him to give him ride, probably I couldn't have got COVID, because yesterday I was fine. The report that he got, it said that he had COVID for about 10 days, and he had symptoms at least from last 3 days, not more than that, maybe 4 days. He visited a state, Washington DC, and then he got sick after he came back from there. He didn't really want to do a test because we didn't really think he had a COVID, because his symptoms were not severe. It was just body ache and fatigue. So it's common with any kind of fever or other sickness. But let's see now, what do we get? Well, if I am positive, I'm going to get results by tomorrow. And most likely, if I don't get results by tomorrow, that means I am negative. But that doesn't mean necessarily that I am negative. And yeah, there are wrong tests and all, so we have to be careful. I'm going to be isolating myself from basically everything until I get the results. And yeah, my roommate who was tested yesterday positive, he's been isolating himself. Well, it's really different. What care do you take when you kind of suspect you have COVID or you actually have a COVID? Because we live by ourselves. You know what you don't do. Like, okay, so if I am positive for COVID, or even just because my roommate is positive, I should also keep myself not socializing much, Now, should I buy groceries? Now, today I had to get my mails. Now, should I go and open my mailbox and take my mails? Because you're afraid it's going to leave some viruses over there, right? But if you don't do that, how do you do it? Now, food, right? Definitely, if I'm gonna be sick, then I won't be able to cook, and I would have to order food. That's the option. Basically, you have to order food every day. I think so. That is how it's gonna go from here. But like let's say if I think, okay, let's go to a grocery store. I don't have results yet, and get some groceries for a week so that I don't have to order food. But if you think that, then okay, are you gonna infect more people? Are you, is it just doing something bad? So I'm like, okay, let's hold on to it. Let me have the results, and once I have the results, then I'll do that. It's very cold here, and these people are doing this testing are completely outside. So yeah, this is really an amazing job. In such a cold weather, all these people are performing their duties, and yeah, you don't see them really not liking this environment or not wanting to do this. They are really, I would say, inspired and very proactive, or basically very diligent in their job. There's so many cars around here. I'll try to show you all. I don't wanna make things. I don't wanna delay anything here because they are serving a lot of customers, and just because of my video thing, I don't want them to delay their services. But I'm gonna turn around the camera to show you how it is. It's a quiet parking lot. It's a drive-through test. You can see the cars on the either side of the road, and so there are people around who are coming to your car, getting first paperwork signed, and once the paperwork is signed, yeah, then you go and do a test. I know the procedure because I have been to the hospitals here for different things, for different people, so I know the procedure. Also, I was here with my friend, so it wasn't a big kind of hassle paperwork for me. Just I really didn't basically have to read anything. I just know what are they going to ask. Anyway, it's not getting close. Looks like it's not that fast if you see. But you are sitting in the car, and the heater is on. Though it's freezing temperature right now here, but the heater is on and it doesn't bother you. Yeah, basically you can definitely listen to music and do whatever you want to do. That's the beauty of this drive-through test. I really like this idea. So this is a huge parking lot, and they converted this parking lot into basically a drive-through thing where basically there are lanes for all the cars to come. And yeah, the parking lot is not being used for parking right now. And it's been completely kind of converted into drive-through thing. And I see few cars. It's probably are those staff cars, the people who are working here. It's basically, I think there are 8 to 10 people working at this center, but I think they are getting a hell lot of job done. I really appreciate their diligent to their work and the service to the society. In this cold weather, I don't want to stay out in the cold weather, to be honest. And I don't think they are getting a lot more paid to do this. They are basically getting probably regular pay and overtime with that. But it's bothersome to stand out in this cold weather. It's really bothersome. So that's why I think this is really positive. I like the idea that how we as a society are coming together and fighting this battle of COVID amazingly, I would say. I don't see much impact of COVID on our society. At least here in Greenville in America, we have number of cases, and all credit goes to these people. These people who are making sure people get tested and things get done as fast as it can, so that they don't have to put any restrictions for us uh, on our other things. Apart from that, yeah, there are no social distancing regulations going on right now, as long as you wear a mask. I don't think mask is mandatory by law. I know that mask is not mandatory by law, but some businesses require you to have a mask, some don't require you but just recommend you. So this is how it is going. I was wearing mask. I have been wearing mask since this thing started, very very regularly, at least when I go out. So if I tested positive, it's whole thing is the ride with my roommate yesterday when he was sitting with me in the car, because we didn't really have a kind of a close talk or sitting together or any other thing in past 1 week, apart from that one contact when he was in with my car sitting beside me. And yeah, so when he had a test, he had to pull out his mask, and we do have a sanitizer in my car. I keep this sanitizer in my car. We did use sanitizer a lot yesterday because this is a highly susceptible environment. I mean, though these people are taking care, but they are wearing gloves, they are testing number of people here, and then somebody is positive, viruses may get transferred from one hand to another hand without they being known of it. So we did take care yesterday. If my roommate was not positive, probably I would not get sick. I'm not so much sick. You actually, I don't know, maybe just because he tested positive and I have sore throat, which could be just a normal sore throat. I don't really have much fever. You feel that panic or worry something. Now, until I get results tomorrow, I'm not gonna be just feel normal maybe. It looks like our car is the next car. There is a gentleman who is testing for the car which is right next to me, and my paperwork has been signed, so I'm just waiting to get my testing done. Could they have done anything better? But I would say that they have done a great job here. I have been going to hospitals and I know how these things have to be done. I think this is really, really standard. And then all the people taking complete care, like all the people are wearing basically some sort of coats, and then they have masks and face shields for the people who are testing. I think that's the care enough. And yeah, if you get COVID positive, then you don't get reinfected after. So about 90% of the people who tested positive for COVID were not fallen sick of COVID later. So even if this medical staff, if they test positive, they are not going to, they can still, when they come back to job, they have a less vulnerability. So that makes this thing, I think, easier on them. So if they are positive and then they get well, then they don't have to worry much later. So my car is the next car, but let me see what they want to say. Chaudhary.
Huh?
Chaudhary, C-H-A-U. Sure. I think I should turn off a light. What is this glare that's coming on the camera? I think it's a light or whatever. can I stop this glare from coming somewhere? No, not really. Oh, no. Nope. Last week, or maybe 10 days ago, one of my friends, she tested positive for COVID. She works in the school, the university, and she told me she lost sense of smell and sense of taste, and immediately she knew she had COVID. Immediately she went to the testing center, she got tested, and she was positive. So I was talking to her just today only. I talked to her, and she today is fine, and she has gone back to work today. So I was feeling very good for her, and then my roommate tells me that his testing results have been positive.
What's your date of birth?
August 23rd, 1988.
Well, you know. You ring the bell for me?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I will call with your test results and send it to your my chart.
Thank you very much. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is really bad. I think that's the reason they gave you this tissue, but this is really bad. I mean, you can see tears are coming out of my eyes. They put this thing, that swab stick, right into your nose, and not just into your nose, right deep there. You never want to get anything get to that part of your nose. But anyways, let's see tomorrow what we have. I'm gonna go home, take a rest for now, and just wait for results tomorrow. Hopefully I'm not positive.